Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Blitzball Champ is back with another video here on the U to the Tube. Phew. So, it's time for our weekly edition of Pro Wrestling Talk. So, got quite a bit to talk about tonight. Going to talk a little bit of Stardom. Going to talk some New Japan Pro Wrestling. Take a look back at some of the things that took place at the New Beginning in Hiroshima. Gonna talk some AEW, mainly the AEW Women's Eliminator Tournament. And of course, with WWE, we got NXT Takeover Vengeance Day coming up. So that card is pretty much set. So gonna talk about that. So yeah, should be good. So let's go ahead and dive right on in. So, starting off with Stardom, wasn't a whole lot that went on that really caught my attention. But so it has been announced and it's been accepted that we are going to get Tam Nakano versus Julia once again at the All-Star Dream Cinderella show, March 3rd, at the Nippon Budokan. And this will be a hair versus hair match. And this will also be for the Wonder of Stardom Championship. That is, if Julia is still champion at the time. Because remember, she also has to defend that title beforehand against Starlight Kid. But yeah, the loser of this match will lose all of her hair. Now, those that have been keeping up, this rivalry has been very heated for quite a long while between Julia and Tom. But if you ask me, I really feel like this is probably the best chance now for Tam Nakano to finally win that Wonder of Stardom championship and dethrone Julia. Julia has pretty much had that title ever since winning it after she won the Cinderella tournament last year. And she's been a strong champion ever since. So, yeah, this might be Tom's time. So here's hoping, but we'll see what happens. But we got that match to look forward to as well for the All-Star Dream Cinderella show. And of course, we also know we got Shuri that's going to defend the SWA championship against Azumi as well. So that's another one that we're looking forward to before All-Star Dream Cinderella. Because remember, Azumi's got to defend the High Speed Championship against Natsupoi at that show. So, got a good bit to look forward to. Unagi Sayaka had her second match in that 7-match trial series where she took on high speed champion Azumi. And it was a great match. She ended up losing, tapping out to the arm breaker submission from Azumi. I like Unagi Sayaka. But my thing is, same situation, just like with Saya Ida, the Future of Stardom champion. Like, did we forget that Unagi Sayaka is 1/3 of the Artist of Stardom champions with her Cosmic Angels stablemates Tam Nakano and Mina Shirakawa? Like, Stardom, what is up? What's up with some of your champions getting pinned all the time in non-title matches? And even in some tag matches, they're eating the pin. Saya Ida, example. She ate a pin from Utami Hayashishita, the World of Stardom champ. It's like, why put titles on these ladies and then have them lose the non-title matches, and then when they have a title match, they win? It's just really terrible booking. It's terrible booking. I mean, you got Saya Ida as your Future of Stardom champion. You got Unagi Sayaka as 1/3 of your Artist of Stardom champions. Like, book them like champions. I'm not saying they gotta win every match, but they're champions. At least treat them like champions. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. But but yeah, that's pretty much all that I have for Stardom. But got a couple of more shows to look forward to leading up to the All Star Dream Cinderella show. But that should be good. That should be really good. Um. Anyway, continuing on, let's talk some New Japan Pro Wrestling, as they recently just had their 2-night special of the New Beginning in Hiroshima. Um, so a couple of things that stood out to me in this on these shows. Of course, one of the things you had the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team titles on the line, which the Guerrillas of Destiny were able to successfully defend against the Dangerous Techers of Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr., which, I mean, two heel teams going at it. And, there was interference of all sorts of stuff. I mean, Bullet Club interference. I mean, Suzuki Gun interference. You saw the Iron Claw in play. Just, which is expected. I mean, you got two heel teams going at it. But yeah, this was a really weird finish, as Guerrillas of Destiny actually ended up winning by disqualification. So of course, the titles can't change hands on a disqualification. So, but yeah, Guerrillas of Destiny were able to retain the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team titles, and that caps off their first defense since winning them. So, yeah, Guerrillas of Destiny back on top once again in the tag team division, and looks like it could last for a while, especially with the backup that they have, and how Bullet Club is. But yeah, so that was a big deal. Um, you had a really, really excellent, excellent IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match between Hiromu Takahashi, the champion, and Sho. And I gotta be honest, like, this was hard hitting and back and forth. Sho looked really, really, really close to winning that title. I mean, especially him kicking out of the time bomb. It took a time bomb 2.0 to put him away, but this was a great match to cap off night one of the road to, or the new beginning in Hiroshima. But that match, I enjoyed that match. I enjoyed that match very much. But definitely don't sleep on Sho. As much of a tag team competitor as he is with Roppongi 3K, the dude shines very, very well in singles matches. So definitely keep your eye out for Sho. I mean, he could very well eventually be in contention for a singles title. Which one? I don't know, but Sho has definitely been impressing me as a singles competitor. Like, for reals. He's been really impressing me. And then you had night two of the new beginning in Hiroshima, which you had the never open weight 6-man titles on the line, as Chaos's Yoshihashi, Hiroki Goto, and Tomohiro Ishii ended up defending against Bullet Club's Guerrillas of Destiny and Jay White. This was a very, very heated match, as you could see, over the days. And so that these two have been these two teams have pretty much been at each other's throats, especially Jay White and Tomohiro Ishii. You know, they just been over and over. But this was a good match. This was very exciting match. And you know, I gotta be honest, I did not think Yoshihashi was gonna get the pin for the win. But he got the victory over, well, I mean, he got Tangaloa to tap out, but I did not think Yoshihashi would be the one to get the victory. But got to give it up to him. I really like that they're starting to treat Yoshihashi better. You know, as part of Chaos. You know, he's usually been kind of the weak link, but he's definitely been treated much better. And I think with him being, you know, on this championship team with Hiroki Goto and Tomohiro Ishii, it's only going to make him look even better. So, definitely, you know, I like the outcome. This was the right outcome. And yeah, Chaos is still looking strong. The never open weight 6-man champions. So good match, good match. And then we had the main event that really stuck out to me, as both the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental titles both were on the line, as Kota Ibushi defended against Sonata. Now, I mean, deep down, I understand that Sonata wasn't going to win, but definitely this was an epic match, and it just really makes me wonder, when is Sonata finally going to win the big one? When is he finally going to be able to do it? I just really hope there comes a point in time where he's finally able to do it. I mean, he's got the charisma. He's over with the crowd. I mean, next to Naito, when it comes to LIJ, next to Naito and Hiromu, I mean, Sonata is definitely up there. So it's like, I really just hope at some point he really gets his big opportunity and can really go for a strong singles title run, whether it's the IWGP Heavyweight title or something, but just can't seem to win the big one. But this was a great match. This was an excellent match. And not only that, so apparently Tetsuya Naito ended up coming out and challenged Kota Ibushi, not for both titles, but for the IWGP Intercontinental title. So apparently he wants that title, and looks like we're gonna be getting Kota Ibushi versus Naito again. So this should be good. This should be really good. You know, I'm definitely looking forward to Castle Attack, which that's their next series coming up. The New Japan Pro Wrestling, starting Sunday, starting Valentine's Day. We got the Road to Castle Attack, and that's gonna lead up to. So Castle Attack will be a two night show, or a 2-day show. Saturday, February 27th and 28th. So they're going to end the month of February with Castle Attack. So that should be good. And then, you know, as it gets into March, you got the anniversary event. And then it's New Japan Cup time. That's right. Wow, that'll be here quicker than you know it. And you know, that's pretty much going to last most of, if not all of March, the New Japan Cup. So yeah, y'all, there's a lot to look forward to, and of course they also announced Sakura Genesis for April 4th. So I'm sure they're going to do a series of shows leading up to that. So New Japan, as it gets ready to exit the winter season and go into the spring season, they're going to be busy. They're going to be really busy. So keep an eye out. All right, let's talk some AEW. First off, um, so Sammy Guevara has left the inner circle, and it looks like he's going to be gone for a bit. I mean, I don't know how they're going to play that storyline out, but he has quit the inner circle. He's sick and tired of MJF's shenanigans and whatnot, and he left. One of the founding members of the inner circle started way, way at the beginning and is now no longer part of the group. So, wow. Wow. Maybe potential face turn for Sammy Guevara? Seems like it. We'll see. The Adam Page contract signing from Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy was away toward the camera. Hangman Adam Page switched the contract to one of his own and signed it. So makes me wonder whether the details going to be on that contract that Matt Hardy didn't really take the time to really look at. But then again, he got tricked. So it'll be interesting to see how that story develops and what the terms of this contract are that Adam Page kind of threw in there. So that should be interesting. That should be really interesting. Had a oh yeah. So we had the start to the AEW Women's Eliminator Tournament. That's right. I got the bracket up, so going to discuss this for a bit. So you got two sides. You got the USA side and the Japan side. The winner of this tournament will go on to face Hikaru Shida for the AEW Women's World Championship at AEW Revolution in March. So, looking at the bracket, so we had our first match this week, which was legit Layla Hirsch versus Thunder Rosa, which was actually a pretty dang on good match. But Thunder Rosa was able to get the victory, and she advances to the quarterfinals. Next on the bracket, we got Serena Deeb, the NWA Women's World Champion, taking on a returning Riho. So yeah, no wonder why we haven't been seeing Riho in Stardom, because she's coming back to AEW to participate in this tournament. I'm kind of at a crossroads on this one. I mean, I understand that Serena Deeb is a champion, NWA Women's World Champion, but I don't really see her winning this, mainly because, it's Riho returning. Remember Riho was the first AEW Women's Champion. I think Riho gets the victory. I think she gets the victory. Mainly, it's her returning. I just, I'm picking Riho to advance. Um, this next matchup, I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of this matchup. Ty Conti taking on the native beast Nyla Rose. Personally, Ty Conti has been on a winning streak lately. I mean, the last loss she ate was against Serena Deeb. It was a title match. But she's been on a roll lately. Her record's been pretty solid. And to really throw her in there against Nyla Rose, I just, it's hard to bet against Nyla Rose. Because, I mean, realistically, who was the last time she even lost to? Which I think was Sheeta. Nyla Rose, she hasn't really been pinned outside of Sheeta and Riho. Nyla Rose hasn't really been pinned much. So I don't know. I'll be cheering for Ty Conti, but I just don't see her beating Nyla Rose. I just don't. I'll be shocked. It'll be probably the biggest upset of the tournament, but I just don't see it. And then the last USA matchup is Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, taking on the Dark Order's Anna Jay. I can tell you right now, Britt Baker's winning that. Definitely Britt Baker's winning that. Um, yeah, I think that's pretty simple. And then on the Japan side, we got Yuka Sakazaki versus Mei Suruga. Um, I can tell you right now, I don't know that much about Mei Suruga, so I'd have to do some research, keep an open mind. I like Yuka Sakazaki, so I'll be pulling for her. I think she'll probably advance, but I mean, like I said, I don't know that much about the other girl, so we'll see. We got Vinny versus Emi Sakura. Now, Emi Sakura, I'm familiar with. I got to see her live, um, and don't know that much about Vinny other than she's apparently transgender. I didn't know that until they did her talked a little bit about her during the bracketology that Tony Schiavone did. Um, Other than that, I don't really know anything about her. So hey, I'm looking forward to the match though. But I'll probably be pulling for Emi Sakura. Um, we got Maki Ito versus Ryo Mizunami. Now, apparently, a lot of people have been buzzing about Maki Ito, and I'm just recently learning about her myself, and that woman's got a dirty mind and a dirty mouth. I'm just, whew. But apparently, she's one of the big buzzes in this tournament. So I think even folks are as far as to saying they want to see her get signed to AEW. So hey, we'll see what happens. But it sounds like I guess maybe she's a favorite to advance to the quarterfinals. So we'll see. And then we have Aja Kong, the legendary Aja Kong, taking on Rin Katakura. Um, I mean, it's kind of hard to bet against the legendary Aja Kong, who does have some AEW experience. So there's that. Um, but yeah, I think Aja Kong will definitely advance. I don't really know much about Rin Katakura, but hey, I'm in Joshi heaven. But I do like how they balance this tournament out so that the finals you'll have somebody from the USA side taking on somebody from the Japan side. So I like the way they did that. If I can be honest with y'all though, ultimately, my bold prediction, this is going to sound crazy. I think Britt Baker's going to win this tournament. I honestly think Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, is going to win this tournament and get her title shot against Sheeta. And to be honest, I think she's going to be the one that dethrones Sheeta. Because I mean, when you think about it, I mean, aside from Nyla Rose being the monster female heel, I feel like the biggest female heel star on the roster right now is Britt Baker. And And y'all know I love Hikaru Shida, big fan of her, but I think it's Britt Baker's time, and I'm not even a fan of Britt Baker. She doesn't really do it for me, but I get it. I get it. But I honestly feel like Britt Baker, this is her tournament to win. I really do. I really do. And I think she's going to go on to AEW Revolution and dethrone Sheeta. As much as I don't want that to happen, I think that's what's going to happen. And as much as I love Sheeta, I mean, it's I think it's time. I think it's time. She's had an excellent title run, but I think it's time for a change. So we'll see what happens. But I'm very, very excited for this tournament. Very excited. And of course, we got Kenta teaming up with Kenny Omega, and they took on and defeated John Moxley and Lance Archer. So that was really good. That was really really good. And just seeing Kenta in an AEW ring, just more and more shows proof of the AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling partnership. And it really also makes me think, you know, you got NWA, you got New Japan Pro Wrestling, you got Impact Wrestling. Um, I think AAA still is a partner as well. I could be wrong, but I would love to see Stardom in that partnership as well. I really would. But I mean, we'll see. I think with most of the talent in the women's eliminator tournament, coming from um, Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, I think that's the promotion. But yeah, like I would love to see Stardom in this partnership as well. But we'll see. We'll see. I would like to see how much more evolved this partnership turns out to be. But that's pretty much all I have for AEW. Want to get into some WWE. I want to start off with just giving my thoughts on a few things leading up to the elimination chamber. First off, WWE. Come on now. Like, why did it take up to this point to start finally booking for this pay-per-view event that's literally one Sunday away? It's next Sunday. Like, and it just feels like they're rushing to book this elimination chamber pay-per-view. And it's just really ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. But we got a couple of things that were mapped out. So let's see. We got so we know we're gonna have Asuka defending the Raw Women's Championship against Lacey Evans at the Elimination Chamber. So that got booked. Um, she pretty much won an opportunity. I mean, even though it was by disqualification, still counts. But won an opportunity to face Asuka for the title. Um, so for the Elimination Chamber, the Raw Elimination Chamber, you got Drew McIntyre that's going to be in it and is going to be defending the WWE Championship against AJ Styles, Sheamus, Jeff Hardy, The Miz, and Who was the other one? There's supposed to be one. Supposed to be one other. Oh my goodness, my mind is drawing a blank. Hold on, hold on. There's supposed to be one other. Oh, Randy Orton. Randy Orton. I'm sorry. Randy Orton. So yeah, these are all former WWE champions. So yeah, running through the list. So Drew McIntyre's in it, defending against The Miz, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, and oh my goodness, I just messed this up again. Oh my goodness. Randy Orton, Sheamus, Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles, and The Miz. So why is The Miz in this? I just you got the Money in the Bank briefcase winner in this match. Why is he even in this match? Why is he in this match? He's the Money in the Bank briefcase winner. Why is The Miz even in this match? It makes no sense to me. Really makes no sense to me. But I mean, because my thing is, no matter what happens, he's probably going to cash in at WrestleMania. I mean, I smell it coming. So, whatever. But, and then I know we got, Naomi and Lana or do a tag team title shot against, Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, which, oh my goodness. Lana defeated Nia Jax in a tables match, and the funniest thing happened. She was trying to do a leg drop onto Lana on the apron and completely missed and landed hard on the apron. And we got one of the funniest moments trending this week on Twitter with Nia Jax yelling out in pain, "My hole!" So funny. Oh, so funny. But of course, pretty much Lana threw her into a table. Because I mean, let's be real, that was the only way that she was gonna even win the match. Because there's no way she was gonna slam her or drop her through a table. But but yeah. So they got a tag title shot that awaits them. Um, had a really great match on Raw between Keith Lee and Matt Riddle, which those two are, longtime friends. They go way back into the indie circuit, Evolve, I think PWG as well. But yeah, they know each other very well. So I knew they were going to bring it in that match. So I was definitely happy to see that. Um, Damian Priest looking strong on Raw. He's been winning his matches, been looking good. So yeah, definitely was enjoying that. But and then as far as SmackDown, so there was another example. Had to rush to just throw people into the Elimination Chamber match for SmackDown. So they had some qualifying matches that were tag team matches, and the winning tag team would get into the Elimination Chamber. So the qualifiers ended up being, so we know by default, Jay Uso and Kevin Owens are in it. So the other four ended up being Sami Zayn, King Corbin, Cesaro, and Daniel Bryan. They're going to have this Elimination Chamber, and the winner on that same event will get the Universal Championship title shot against Roman Reigns. So that makes me think that that match, that SmackDown Elimination Chamber match, is probably going to be the first match of the event. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, you might as well, because that's the only chance you'll have Roman versus whoever the winner is as the main event or co-main event, whichever. Which I think is probably going to be the co-main event. I mean, Drew is defending the WWE Championship in the Elimination Chamber match, so that's probably going to be the main event. But but yeah, so that's what I think they're going to end up doing. But it's good to see the Street Profits back in action. So that was cool. Um, Had a nice segment with Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks and Shayna and Nia. That was good. But Bianca still hasn't made her decision. She hasn't made her decision yet. And it looks like Edge is gonna wait until after Elimination Chamber before he makes his decision. So, I'm pretty sure after Elimination Chamber we'll know at least one of the two decisions. Because we also got to remember, um, WrestleMania is in April, so they do have some time to build things up. Throughout the end of February and going through March. So they still got a little bit of time. But I got a feeling we're gonna know at least one of the answers after Elimination Chamber. Maybe that first week. We'll see. But that's what I'm predicting. All right, NXT. So, NXT Takeover Vengeance Day. So, NXT Takeover on Valentine's Day Sunday. Got quite a card. It's an exciting one. So, we know that we're going to have our two finals matches for the men and women's Dusty Tag Team Classic. So for the men, we actually got two legit tag teams in the finals. MSK, Grizzled Young Veterans. Now of course, Grizzled Young Veterans were in the finals last year, but they ended up losing to Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle. MSK, of course, the Rascals back in Impact Wrestling. I want them to win because I'm not really that big of a fan of Grizzled Young Veterans. But you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if Grizzled Young Veterans won it. But I'm just glad that two actual legit tag teams, are in this finals match for the men. So I'm all aboard for this match. For the women, you have Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart going against Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Once again, Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez a legit tag team. They've been teaming ever since. Shotzi and Ember thrown together pretty much are kind of similar to how Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle are thrown together. But something tells me that probably Ember and Shotzi are going to win this tournament. I mean, Ember Moon hadn't that long ago returned to NXT, and Shotzi Blackheart's been the up and rising star for the women. She's been like that breakout star. So, I mean, something tells me that Ember and Shotzi are going to win, even though Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez are a legit tag team. But yeah. Let's see. We got the North American Championship on the line as Johnny Gargano will defend against Kushida. Now, I am looking so forward to this match. This could potentially be match of the night. Because you know Johnny Takeover, he always shows up. And going up against a competitor, a world class competitor like Kushida, I expect this to be match of the night potential. So I like them both. I've met them both. So I've met Kushida once. I've met Johnny Gargano 3 times. So you best believe I am on board. This really is a main event caliber match, if you ask me. But it's for the North American title. Looking very forward to it. I hope they tear the house down. I hope they get plenty of time, and I hope they tear the house down. I love it. Um, we got a triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship as Io Shirai will defend against both Mercedes Martinez and Tony Storm. Now this is a very interesting matchup because you got Mercedes Martinez, you know, who's really excellent wrestler, really has plowed her way through the indie circuit, you know, also Shimmer and Shine and you know different promotions. You know, definitely a longtime veteran in the business. Mercedes Martinez is a well-known name, and you know this is her opportunity to really make it big in the WWE. You know, something she has yet to do. Tony Storm, you know, Tony Storm, who is a former NXT UK Women's Champion. She was the second champion. Of course, we all know Rhea was the first. Um, lately, we have to recall number one, Tony Storm and Io Shirai have a lot of history dating back to even stardom in Japan. A lot of history. These two ladies know each other very well. And also remember, Tony Storm has kind of had Io Shirai's number lately. I mean, after all, you know, remember, Tony Storm has defeated Io Shirai to win the Mae Young Classic second tournament. You know, and she's even beaten her before back in Stardom. So, you know, Tony Storm lately, you know, has kind of had Io's number. So, like I said, we'll see what happens. But definitely Io Shirai's title run is in danger. It is in danger, and rightfully so. So I really hope these three ladies get plenty of time. Like I really like this matchup. All three of these ladies are excellent. So I just really hope they get plenty of time. I really do. Um, do I see Io Shirai retaining? It's hard to say. Something tells me Tony Storm is probably going to win. It wouldn't surprise me, but Io probably will retain. But I think Tony Storm probably has the best chance of being the new champ. Mercedes, I don't think it's time yet. So that's my thoughts on that. And we also got the NXT Championship, where Finn Balor will defend against Pete Dunne. I expect this to be a hard hitting, back and forth match. And some way, somehow, depending on how this match goes, well, then again, probably either way, we may see a Karrion Cross appearance because I'm pretty sure he's going to be next in line to take on the winner of this match after he disposes of Legado de Fantasma. But you know, it'll be really interesting to see what happens in that match. I mean, I do see Finn retaining, but I wonder if we'll get a Karrion Cross appearance of some sort and whatnot. But not a big card, not a big card. So I hope each of these matches do get plenty of time because it's not a big card. That's what 5 matches. Yeah, 5 matches. So yeah, but that's it for NXT. Mako Satomura made her NXT UK debut by defeating the White Witch, Isla Dawn. And it's so good to see Mako Satomura. And of course, Kaylee Ray was watching. And now I hope they don't rush into this. Still showcase Mako Satomura a little bit more, maybe for two more matches or so, and then give her title shot. But I hope they don't rush into it. Don't rush into it. Continue to showcase Mako Satomura, build her up, build up this matchup, and then have title shot. Like, speaking of which, when are they gonna do their next NXT UK takeover? Because I don't think they've done one since returning to broadcast. So I hope they have a NXT takeover, NXT UK takeover in the works soon. We'll see. We'll see. But maybe Kaylee Ray should then defend the title against Mako Satomura there. But also remember, Aoife Valkyrie is still undefeated. She hasn't lost. So if you ask me, I still think she should be first in line to get the title shot, to get the crack at Kaylee Ray. So I think that's how it should be. But we'll see. We'll definitely see. But oh, another big thing that happened that's been buzzing around, especially in Japan. So my all-time favorite wrestler, Kenji Muto, aka the Great Muta, defeated Go Shirozaki. I don't know if I said that correctly. In Pro Wrestling Noah to win the GHC Heavyweight Championship. That's been buzzing around like crazy. Which, Kenji Muto's in his, mid 50s or so? Mid or late 50s? And still wrestling. The dude can still go. And I got a chance to meet him at WrestleCade 2 years ago in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, which was a dream come true. And he wrestled that night as the Great Muta. Of course, he went up against George South, which, come on now. There's no way he's beating the Great Muta. But, great guy. Really, really great guy. And, I'm happy for him. Pro Wrestling Noah, I used to watch. Oh, man, it's been so long. Like, I used to watch back when Kenta was still, and Taiji Ishimori were still part of Pro Wrestling Noah. So it's been a long time. That's maybe something I might want to pick back up, get back into Pro Wrestling Noah. But yeah, congrats to him. My favorite wrestler. But but yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this edition of Pro Wrestling Talk. Um, so yeah, like I said, we got NXT Takeover Vengeance Day this Sunday, and then apparently next Sunday we got Elimination Chamber. So there's that. And then eventually they're gonna migrate WWE Network over to Peacock since they just signed a new deal, like a multi-year, like I think it was like 5 or 6 year deal with Peacock. So they're gonna migrate everything over there. I've never used Peacock, so I just hope the experience will be good. But anyway, that's pretty much all that I have. let me know what y'all's thoughts on, or if there's anything that I didn't mention or catch. By all means, please leave the comment section and let me know what are some things that you're excited about, looking forward to. But yeah, do share, do share. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thank you so much for watching. This is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram signing off for another edition of Pro Wrestling Talk. Hope everybody has a blessed weekend. If I don't see you again, happy Valentine's Day. And I will catch y'all next time. Actually, I'll catch y'all next time post NXT Takeover Vengeance Day, where I will do a video giving my thoughts on that. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. God bless. Have a good weekend.